I keep inviting you. I think guys like me and you that like these things really need to talk about it. So you know what you're doing. I just bought a bunch of equipment. It's very exciting.
See?
1 second, I think.
Oh, is it coming through the guitar? Whoa, the guitar's coming through.
Yeah.
Here?
I just hope it's not too loud.
Sounds good. What's up? You, I'm gonna stand up.
This is my learning, this is my mishmar.
Yeah.
This is my mishmar.
Yeah.
I learned the dot before coming.
Give up, give up.
Stuck in the No, it's confusing.
Alright, whatever. This is the first time we've been
Guys, you need it. The world.
Hey, what's that?
What?
You know.
Sponsor this thing for me.
How's the food?
Excellent.
Hi, we're still in the last?
Yeah.
Fish. Hallo, Rosh Chodesh, I get Chodesh, everybody. Chodesh.
Should we give up to Chodesh? Oh, these are wings, right?
No, it's fine. Yeah, two.
Oh.
Right before.
Doing my shirt. This is better than second. All of a sudden, got it back, go away from us.
Dolphin Coco's coming soon, guys.
Yeah, thinking.
Now we start, we're starting.
Yeah. Yates toe. Lassie toe. Może wyciągnę to są
We're setting up, we're waiting for you.
I can't.
Rinda was 7 minutes.
I said Rinda.
Rinda was my.
Yes.
No, you understand. No, this is all I drink. Show.
Oh, come on, what do you mean? You want that only happens to folks?
You guys know what? Yeah, this is about.
That's not great. Good looking guy.
Mark, I thought,
Oh, is this big? This is a big, right? Is this the Iraq?
This is the Holy Iraq.
Where's the Holy Iraq?
It's over there in the front.
No, it is. Wife and
It's not a little, Ben, are you trying to call me today?
My store phone in my store. I haven't seen him in probably. No, I haven't seen him. I say, my guy said, what is the point? He takes the phone, he calls you, see you. He says he takes it to go see you. I was like, what the hell?
Huh? It says it's phone is one.
I don't doubt it. He said he was in the show with us.
It's good. You know what?
It's good, man.
Oh, here it is.
Here, the shot.
Oh, watch out. Oh, this is good, yeah.
And the love. And the love.
What was the first song we sang after the show?
The show.
Yes,
One club style.
Probably turn it, no? I mean, it's COVID. No, he's good. Most of the cold.
You hit the limit, that's it.
You guys start
Just trying to give you
Like the
some.
deck roll
Like
through.
what?
Eventual or Kachami?
Water, whatever. My dear brother, my good Shabbos, the Chodesh, L'chaim. I get Chodesh.
Well, they chose it. So, did you post a link for?
Man, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm living in a dream. For a year. We're living in a dream.
Deval, we mama shot.
20 years.
So many lessons.
Wait a minute, last time we
We have
did.
Shlomi Kaufman in the building, all the way from Nassau County.
Who?
The great cantor and the great learned Reb Shlomi Kaufman. No joke, Rabbi Yisrael. We have Akiva Salkowitz here, big show of face after a long absence, just came back from saving the world, always saving a Jew. Akiva, every day you want to save a life.
Does. Saves me.
Wow. What a
To see him. Remember that.
L'chaim, l'chaim.
Not that nice.
So you want to sing in English? So, you here for a minute, or you want to run? Are you staying? No, stick it. I need you here, right here. Chaim, I get Chodesh, everybody. Starting a new month. How blessed are we as Jews to have an idea called a new month. Oh, Gewalt, what a gift. Give Chodesh, holy brothers. Chodesh is that certificates the Chotzer is saying. Techila Menoi is the big and absolute. Yes, Lord. Ariel Adar in the house. Welcome in. Here we go. Got Big Benny Khan. Big hitters. Shalom. Today's Rosh Chodesh. We're singing a beautiful song. Let's walk it through Hallelujah. Shalom, is Shalom still in the building? Shalom, maybe we want to ask our in-house legend and Talmud Chacham extraordinaire and pillar of the community, all giving, the great Rabbi Shalom Tzimmer. Shkarach Mendy for your kind words, and really everything that Mendy said is truly a reflection of himself. All giving, all talented, always with a full heart, embracing every single year, no matter where he is, no matter who he is. Mendy's always there for the community, and we greatly appreciate everything that Mendy does. As Mendy mentioned earlier, it's exactly a year, this week, January 11th, was the 1 year anniversary, the first death of COVID. When we're still back in China. And here we are a year later. What a different world, a changed world. You know, how much we've gone through, it's hard to fathom. And really, it's going to take many years for the full toll to be understood. Certainly the physical toll, but the emotional, the psychological toll that COVID has taken on the whole world and in our community specifically is something that's going to take a very long time.
till we figure it out, till we understand it, till we realize the extent of it. And we look back at this year and we don't understand, how could such a thing happen? Why did it happen? Mendy mentioned before that it's Chodesh Shvat, we just celebrated Rosh Chodesh today. We know that the mazel of Shvat is a dli, it's a bucket. In the olden days, so if you needed water, you would go down to the well, lower your bucket all the way deep inside, and draw up the water to feed yourself, to feed your family, your animals, whatever it is. And it's very interesting, Bnei Yisrael says that Klal Yisrael is also a dli. So what is the meaning of all this? First of all, what's the connection between a dli and Chodesh Shvat? And what's the connection between a dli and Klal Yisrael? So I saw a beautiful shot, Chodesh Shvat is the month, in just a few weeks we'll be celebrating Chamishas B'Shvat, the Rosh Chodesh. You go outside, it's freezing outside. It's the dead of the winter. The trees are totally barren. There's not a flower to be seen. And yet we know that deep, deep down inside, there's a whole world that's been transformed. The plants are sprouting, the trees gathering their sap, they can start budding, bring out their leaves, their fruits, the flowers, also starting to grow. We don't see it yet, but we know it's there. That's what the dli symbolizes. Some things you don't see them on the surface, but if you dig deep down, you're going to find it. That's what Chodesh Shvat teaches us. Don't look at how things feel. Don't look at the cold of the winter, because deep inside, the spring is starting, and it's going to be here before you know it. That's the lesson of Klal Yisrael. Klal Yisrael as a whole. Also, we tend to think of ourselves as individuals. Who am I? What am I? But no. As we see here in the parashiyos, the koyach of Klal Yisrael is endless. It's limitless. We just got to search deep inside, and we're going to find the koyachas. And the Eibishter will give us the koyachas to continue. That's why Chodesh Shvat, Klal Yisrael, Mimshat L'Kli. You should remember the spring is just around the corner. And that's the lesson. And what a better way to start it all off with comes as a Sheras Achem. Because I'll tell us, Gedoyle Legima Shemekareves, when Yidden sit together and they enjoy a drink together, a bite of food together, it brings about a certain love, a certain feeling of connection. That's the beauty of Klal Yisrael, that no matter what, we always come together, like you said before. We think about the 2 months, 3 months that the shuls were closed. What feelings went through our mind on a regular Shabbos, whether you had an outside minyan, or whether you were davening b'yechidus inside? How much we were craving to go back to shul, to sit together, ba'achdus, to daven with the minyan, to enjoy the beautiful tefillas. We so much wanted it, and we have to give a shvach v'yidat Eibishter Baruch Hashem. We're slowly emerging from the darkness. It's slowly coming to an end. The spring is coming. We're back here together. Hashem, this should be, this gathering, this Kinas Hashem Shemaim should be the beginning of the spring of Klal Yisrael. We should start seeing Yeshua is coming and sprouting and growing. Mitzvah Hashem, the Yeshua should just continue to flow and to flow. We should all be zeichet to only good things. Sure. Many asked me for a story. I'm sure many of you have seen the beautiful YouTube video that Avram Fried came out with. The famous story, Yaakov went down to Costa Rica with a group of Hasidic fellows, the choir, and they reenacted that famous song. And after watching it, so I wanted to get more of an appreciation for the whole story. I know it was a true story, but I didn't know much about it, so I did some research. Here's the amazing story of Yaakov Potash. It's 1941, and Yaakov Potash is the yeshiva bachur. He came from a Hasidic family of Vorka. Yeah. He's learning in Baranovich by the great Rebbe Chanan. And the Nazis, they invade Lithuania. They invade Lita, and it's time to go on the road. The Slonim Rebbe also with the Baranovich, he said, anybody who can leave should leave. So Yaakov and some of his friends, they escaped, they crossed the Lita, and they crossed the border into Russia. And he's there, he's a young yeshiva bacher, he came from a family of 10 children, Chassidish family. And he's in Russia, he doesn't know where to go, he doesn't know anything. He meets an old man. He says, old man, where should I go? I'm running away from the Nazis. The man doesn't say a word. He writes a map. He says, follow the, he points to the map to say, follow this map and you'll be saved. He follows the map deep, deep, deep into Russia. He ends up in Uzbekistan, which is a Muslim country, all the way deep, deep, deep in the Soviet Union, way past Russia. And even though it was communist Russia, but in those parts, so the Muslims were still religious. And he finds himself in a kolkhoz. Kolkhoz is like a farm village. Everybody works, and they get paid. It's a remote area, literally in the middle of nowhere, the Amish at the border of Afghanistan near India. And there in the mountains, the foot of the mountains is this tiny kolkhoz, totally isolated from humanity. And Yaakov is a talented fellow. They put him to work on the tractor. He's working on the tractor, and the village folks, they see Yaakov, he's very talented. What they were able to produce in 2 weeks, he can do in 2 days. And as he's on the tractor, he's singing some songs from back home, and he's singing the tunes of the Gemara that he learned, and he reviewed the Gemara. And he tries to bring back the memories, from home. He misses his family greatly. And the community slowly, they call him Yaakov the singer, because he's always singing. And they respect him because of his talent on the tractor. Now, because this place was so remote, the only way to reach there was by plane. So once every few weeks, a fellow would come in, he would bring in food supplies, meat and other stuff. Yaakov, of course, wouldn't touch any meat. So he would get a voucher, he would keep the vouchers. He said, maybe one day I'll use it. Okay, so the day comes, he's summoned to the house of the sheik, the leader of the village. He says, Yaakov, you know, I've been following you for some time now. I see you're a handsome, talented, hardworking young man. I want to propose for your marriage. And this marriage is going to set you up for life. With my own daughter. I'm going to give you everything that you need to be successful. I'm going to set you up in the business, in the farm business, give you your own farm with cows and sheep. A sack full of gold to be set for life. Of course, in that era, such an opportunity was 1 in a million. Especially for a young boy all by himself in the middle of nowhere. And Yaakov is listening. And he hears the sounds of the Gemara in the background. He remembers the tears of his mother crying by Lichtenstein. Help my Yaakov keep sure, make sure he's going to remain a Yid. He turns to the sheik and he says, sorry, I'm a Yid, I can't marry out of faith. The man says to him, I didn't come to ask you for your consent. We're having an engagement party tomorrow night. You're welcome to come as a happy chassan, or you're welcome to come as an unhappy chassan. But the engagement is happening regardless. Okay? The next day comes, and Yaakov, he's thinking to himself, like, how am I going to get myself out of this mess? He says, you know what, I have to escape. How is he going to do it? How's he going to do it? He remembers that that day is the day scheduled that the plane with the supplies is about to land. And he remembers that he has in his pocket, he has all those vouchers for the meat. So he comes up with a plan. But before he's able to even finalize it, he hears the music coming from the chasana hall, from the hall where they're having the engagement party. The people of the town are coming away to celebrate. He hears the music. He smells the food. He smells the wine, and he's attracted to it. It's a brochen, penniless man, young man with nothing, really barely the shirt up to his back. And here he's being offered the world. It smells so good. And he's slowly being drawn to go to bring himself to the hall. When suddenly, once again, the words of the Gemara flash in front of his eyes. Amar Rav Papa, Amar Rav Huna, the Rambam, the Rashba. It's all flashing. And again in the background he hears his mother crying by Lichbenshing. The Bnei Shalom, protect my Yaakov. He should remain a Yid. He makes a decision then and there. No matter what, he is not going to fall. Shortly afterwards, he goes hides himself somewhere in the woods. The plane lands. He goes over to the pilot and says, listen, I have to run away. You can keep all my meat vouchers. Just let me on with you when you leave. The man says, okay. Delivers his load. Puts Yaakov secretly on the plane. They fly off back deep into Russia. Yaakov travels for many months till he makes his way to the city of Samarkand, where there was a kibbutz of some families. They brought him in, and he became friends with a young man named Yanti Erlich, later to become well known as the famous Yanti Erlich. And he stayed with that family. They, so to speak, adopted him. Together they escaped after the war to Paris, where Yaakov, in 1946, stood under the chuppah with the beautiful Baal Yisrael. And it was just a few years ago, that the great-granddaughter of Yaakov Potash, the great-granddaughter of Yom Tov Erlich, stood together under the chuppah in Yerushalayim. Beautiful woman to a beautiful story. And that shows us also the koyach of a Yid. We should never ever give up, never underestimate our potential, never underestimate who we are. We're all great, we all have it in us. The Eibusher can help, that we should all feel it and utilize it to the best of our abilities. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Thank you, everybody. Neil, you guys gotta come up here. As I'm looking Israel, Israel, Israel. Yeah, I can't hear you. Israel, Israel, Israel. As I'm
I always like, I'll check it out. First, I know where you live. I bet it's out. Yeah, I always keep my head Totally goes down from what's his name.
Ellie, you want to plug it? Thank you, Shirley Weeder. Wow. Voice of a generation.
Come here.
Happy 11, everybody.
Wow, special guest.
Yeah. Shout out to my brother Linda for making these amazing things happen. I'm still on a high from Shabbos Linda. But anyway, I haven't laughed that hard. I'm going to say simcha that Linda brings in his batchulis. Shlomo, grüß Gott. Shlomo told me that nobody was doing a sea bass, but Lord did he know. I'm Somebody's driving a red minivan, blocking, please don't block the driver, somebody's trying to get out. Pariero que anda haciendo lo red minivan, and to Maria anda haciendo lo everybody, please, gotta move, my friend, one time, please, that's it. אתם מאמינים, ואם אין אתם מאמינים, יהיה איש זרויה. שוש ולך משיח שוש ולך משיח I want to say a little Mendel myself. This is a sweet part. Pick up the effects for a second. You know how to do it? Oh, you have to get a router.
I have a router right here.
So this guy is a contractor. He builds houses, and he turns 60 years old. I think the effects are still on. He turns 60 years old and he tells his boss, okay, I'm done, I want to retire. And his boss tells him, you're my best builder. I've been working with you for 40 years. You can't leave me. I rely on you so heavily. And the guy says, but what can I do? I promised my wife when I turn 60, I'm done and I'm going to retire. I have to stop. And the boss says, do me a favor, just do one more house with me. I just got this project. One more, do it with me, and then I'll give you my bracha. I'll leave. So the guy says, let me ask my wife. He goes home, tells his wife. His wife says, okay, one more house. He starts working on the house. What would normally take him a year to finish, this guy was doing it like half at heart. And 6 months later, he's already done the whole house. He put in half the effort that he would normally do, and he comes to his boss and he says, I'm finished, I'm done. The boss takes out the keys of the house, he takes the keys out of his pocket and he hands it to the guy and he says, this is your house. This is your present that I wanted to give you as a parting gift. The guy was shocked. If only he knew that he was building his own house, how much effort would he have put into this house? Everything that he did was so cheap compared to what he would normally do. Yeah. So what's the nimshal from the story? This guy got his own house, but he mamish did nothing for it, and it showed the house is really half. The answer is that we're all doing effort every day. We're all putting in time. But if we only realize that the work that we're doing is going to our own binyan, our own structure, the mitzvahs that we do, the relationships that we're building, that we're working on, if we only realize that we're actually doing it for ourselves more than anything else, it would give us such a boost to put in the right amount of feeling and heart. I give you guys a bracha. See Mendy put this together here, together with the rest of the guys. And what he's putting in, Mendy, what you're putting in here is for you, man. When you, it's for you, but in a much deeper level, even than like maybe you're gonna agree that it's for you. Meaning, you are building a relationship with all your friends here. You're building a kahila. You're building a home where everybody feels like I want to come here and be part of it. It's beautiful. I don't know of any other shul in Flatbush that has this right now. It's very, very, very special. So when you have to deal with the schlep and the push and the pull, and if like it's not clicking, whatever, recognize the value that you're building. guys, if you It's a great privilege to bring you guys a very dear friend of mine. This is an individual that I learn a lot from every day. He's an inspiration. We have him here tonight. He's got a lot to say. He's one of Neil Fink's favorite people. Give it up for my brother Zachariah. Thank you. Come on. If you don't know his story, I'm going to give you a quick recap. Zachariah just came back from Or Sameach. He's a ger, tzedek from the Torah. This guy is on a level that we can all strive for. I know personally. He has a great story and a great message, and he's just getting started. So let's hear it. We all know his chavrusa, by the way. We hate saying it because he's the real VIP, but his chavrusa is Amari Stoudemire, who hopefully is going to come to the shul soon and going to grace us with his presence. Zachariah is a big part of this community.
Appreciate, I call him half Hall of Famer. Ever since I met the guy, it started off with sushi nachos and the great davening here. I appreciate all you guys. You know, I'm pretty sure that everyone here is more learned than me, much wiser than me, so I'm definitely not up here because I'm the smartest guy in the room or something like that. You know, I think there's an interesting thing about like this week's parsha, you know, so you have Moshe Rabbeinu, he comes back, and it wasn't necessarily Moshe's style, you know, he was more of a loner. You know, last week's parsha we saw like he kind of tried to step up for the people, and the people ratted on him. Nobody likes rats, you know, so he slid out, hit Midian, and, you know, it says when he gets to Midian that he saw that, you know, the farmers were being rough to Yitro's daughters. So he says, like, sort of like Rabbi Lichtenstein brings down that, like, that moment kind of made him give up on, like, people, humanity. So in them choosing to marry Yitro's daughter, it wasn't just because of, like, this girl's pretty, but it was more so saying, hey, I'm adopting your way of life. Yitro's this big, like, priest, studied all these different things, but most importantly, focused on finding Hashem through metaphysics. And Moshe's like, you know what? I'm taking up that style. And so they say that that's why Hashem appears to him in the bush, and the bush is burning, but it's not being consumed, sort of a metaphysical experience. But in essence, the message from Hashem was like the experience Moshe was really looking for, he wasn't going to find until he comes back and takes on the job for the people, you know? And so that's a telling lesson. So then we get to this week, Moshe pulls back up, he's got Aaron, you know, they're talking to Paro, and, you know, Paro's not receptive. You know, he's not going with the flow. And so you have these things that come down. And I thought it was two things to me that stood out. One was, you have these different moments where Moshe wasn't able to curse the water or curse the dust and the dirt because it had benefited him. And that's like a crazy lesson for all of us. Like, you know, we can be so quick to elevate and move through life and then look back at situations that benefited us and forget that it looked out for us. You know, yeah, we learned a lesson that that's not where we're supposed to go. We're supposed to be mindful of that, and you can't curse what's blessed you. You know, so I think that's important to keep mindful of relationships. Sometimes relationships are seasonal, and it can seem like, this person, man, there's no good, they fell off. But in truth, it's a reminder that, like, hey, you know, it served its purpose, it served its season, I benefited. The second part I thought was interesting is after Moshe and Aaron came, Paul was like, yo, you know what, we're not gonna let these rebel rousers get the people worked up, you know, like, hey, make the work harder on the people. And so they say that the Egyptian taskmasters hit the Ivrit overseers for them to make it harder on the people. But the overseers just took the beating and they didn't take it out on the people, you know? And I feel like that's an example of what leadership is supposed to be, you know? It's easy to be in a position of influence or power, but when the pressure's on you, are you just gonna pass it on to the next guy and make his life harder? they're gonna take those lumps and you know, and keep rolling. And they said that that's why they merited to be leaders once they entered into the land, you know. So I guess my bracha to everybody would be that you'd always be mindful of the situations that blessed you and blessed you in your life, and that you should never curse them, you know, always be mindful of that. That so too, for people whose lives maybe you were once a blessing to, and then maybe now they feel like it's not the same, that they always be mindful of the good you created in their lives. Most importantly, as you're in a position of leadership or a position of influence, the heat that you take, just know that taking that heat is going to make it better for everyone else. And if you take those lumps, you know what I'm saying, Hashem will bless you and look out for you. And the main goal is to get to Shemaim and have a fat crib, you know, I mean, big wings, lots of extra bathrooms, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so with that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, actually, can I do something real quick? I'm not good enough to like, first of all, this guy is called, a lot of you guys I see on the internet, and I don't necessarily get to, no, I want to do a different one if I can. So this is a joint Parshas Balak. Some of you guys might not know, I only got one eye, you know. I lost my cancer as a little kid, you know what I'm saying? It's not like a sob story. It prevented me from being a supermodel and all that. Prevented me from being a basketball star. If I had depth perception, you know, I'd be amazing. So, you know, Parshas Balak, which is actually funny enough, the Parsha, when I came out of the mikveh, the rabbi said, like, it's kind of interesting that here's one guy who had one eye and he could only see the negative, and yet here's now a guy who like focuses on the positive. So I wrote a song on this project called Kiss the Mezuzah, and it goes like this. It says, and we be counting blessings, 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 blessings. Yeah, we be counting blessings, 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 blessings. Yeah, yeah. We be counting blessings, 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 blessings. Yeah, we be counting blessings, 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 blessings. Yeah, yeah. Say, now, time and time again, I be riding with my friends, talking about Hashem and how His favor never ends. Though He's able to condemn, yet still He grants me grace, which I take as a motivation to pick up my pace. Run my race with my face smiling ear to ear, spreading cheer. Blessings overhead like chandeliers. Brighter days be headed here. Peer to peer, my vision clear. Gladly volunteer, conquer all my fears. People, I be switching gears. Every day is purposeful, superfluous. This was been my currency for purchases. Be the form of service and greater good, as they should. Bli and Hara, Kolas Mansababa, everything's a Kuna Matata. Emergency relief for the haters, someone call it silent, because we ballin' on them like we Maradona. Arms raised, all praise to our Heavenly Father. Don't bother with the negative, to the positive. Hey, some folks would rather see you fall than to see you fly. Don't pay him no mind, we call that the evil eye. Don't wanna see you win, rather see you fail. Open to curse you, but to no avail. We blessed, be blessed, hey. We blessed, be blessed, hey. And we be counting blessings, 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 blessings. Yeah, we be counting blessings, 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 blessings. Yeah, yeah. We be counting blessings, 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 blessings. Yeah, we be counting blessings, 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 blessings. Yeah, yeah. Some folks would rather see you fall than to see you fly. Don't pay him no mind, we call that the evil eye. Don't wanna see you win, rather see you fail. Open to curse you, but to no avail. We blessed, be blessed, be blessed, hey. We blessed, be blessed, hey. And we be counting blessings, 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 blessings. Yeah, we be counting blessings, 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 blessings. Yeah, yeah. We be counting blessings, 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 blessings. out to everybody on the spot this Shabbos. Thank you, Zachariah, Gewaldig. Torah and tunes. That was great. It fits into Metallica.
Lose yourself.
Neil Fink's gonna sing a song for us with his new power plus voice. Hey, no. Ellie, thank you. It's good. All right. I love you. Thanks for coming. Yeah. Let's try to do it more often. Love you, baby. Thank you, Ariel Adar and Billy Khan. Thank you, Ellie Levin, Schmitty Weaver. Thank you, everybody that came that's enjoying it. Thank you, everybody that's staying. Thank you, Anu Chodesh. This song goes out to Neil Fink and all his bad habits. It's a short song.
המקדש נבנו. Da 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 You're the king of the jungle, just trust in us, give up the
My good friend, this is a song that he wrote. You want to hear something amazing? Listen to this.
long.
Come on. Big Shabbos with wonders.
Hello. Screw COVID.
Amen.
All right.
Yo, thank you. Good times.
You were amazing. Thank you. Thank you. It was amazing. Thank you.
Best month ever. Amen.
Best month ever. Video from the last one. That was nice.
Hopkinton.
your single out.
Tomorrow night. We in? Yeah.
Wow.